Hi, welcome to Zeroed. I thought it would be nicer if I could share with you in person the purpose of starting this initiative. And it'll be easier for you to understand the purpose if you got to know a bit more about my experience. I moved into Canada in 2022 as a student. Prior to that, back in India, I'd spent about 13 plus years in the sales and marketing field. I started my career in the hospitality industry, was part of brands like Accor, which is the world's second largest hospitality chain, also with Quintessentially, which is among the top luxury lifestyle company. In the later part of my career, I was fortunate to be part of two VC funded tech startups, Ixigo and Jubo, which were founded by IIT and IM graduates, respectively. Somewhere before the pandemic, one of my career decisions didn't go as planned, and I was at a point where I had to start over all again. That's when one of my dear friends, who was in Canada at the time and who's still here, suggested that I could consider Canada as an option. And I made a decision. The decision wasn't easy because, like most of us have been through that phase, it involved a lot of emotional drainage. I had to leave back my parents, my friends and family, and all the things which made me feel comfortable for this decision. Leaving apart this emotional factor, the financial factor also was very crucial. It involved a huge investment, and there was a risk of the unknown. The risk of whether you'll get a seat or not, whether you will get the right college, the right course, and if you even get the course, whether you'll get a job, and what lies ahead after that. But I went ahead with the decision and I joined Conestoga College, and that's where it all started. I'd taken up the project management 1 year course since my last few years of experience was into the startup space where I was launching new products into the market. So I thought the project management experience will help me streamline that, and probably I can look for opportunities in that field. Many would think that my years of experience would have been in my favor while looking out for the part-time jobs when I moved here. I started looking for part-time jobs even before moving into Canada. I was connecting with recruiters on LinkedIn, I was applying jobs on Indeed, I had set up a virtual number, but nothing worked. That's when I realized that all the experience I had personally when it came in the field of sales and marketing were not of value to the hiring managers here. So I had to start afresh, just like a fresher would start in Canada. So after moving in here, the other challenge which came up was the studying part. I had almost had a 13 years gap since I had graduated. So I was far from studies and I had to get back into the study mode. I managed to do that. When it came to the part-time job hunt, like many of you would be doing now or have done it before, I've been through that phase. I've walked across streets for 5 to 6 kilometers or more, knocked every retail or food outlet, given my resume, and walked out unsuccessfully. I've stood in the bus stands with my hands freezing, waiting for buses, and tried to connect with anybody whom I meet and look for any information about any job hirings happening in the city. Fortunately, since I kept my LinkedIn approach of job hunting on, one of the hiring managers considered me for a role, and I joined a Toronto-based public speaking and coaching company as a part-time remote sales representative. I still had some available time in the weekends, so I kept my job hunt on so that I can find another job for my weekends and I was lucky to find a housekeeping job somewhere in the month of December. So by the month of October, that's 1 month after moving in, I had found this remote sales job, and after a month gap, I found this housekeeping job for weekends. On the academic side, I was able to understand the concepts probably a little bit easier because of my work experience, but writing exams and doing assignments was a big deal. But I managed to score probably 85% plus in the final exams. During my year in the college, I took up initiatives of starting a startup club called Conestoga Startup Club, which I couldn't scale it big because the time limitation was there because of my other commitments. But I took up that initiative to do that. Leaving that apart, I was shortlisted by the Entrepreneurship Collective's Sales Lab program, and I was among the probably the 10 selected people out of 100, interviewed people. So the phase of college and studies ended well, and right when I was completing my course, the friend of mine about whom I had mentioned in the beginning was venturing into retail business. He was looking out for experienced salespeople to join, while I was looking out for a full-time opportunity. That's how I joined Sleepy's, which is a 25-year-old retail mattress store chain in the KWC region, which got acquired by a new company which was formed about 1.5 years back. So while I'm working here at the Sleepy stores, there are a lot of students who walk in looking out for job opportunities, and when I meet them, I look at myself because that's a phase which I've been through. Someone at some point had guided me, which helped me to learn more and make the right career moves to reach a certain point. So I felt, what if any information which can be shared as knowledge could help career aspirants, job seekers, and thereby help them achieve their goals. That's the purpose behind Zeroed. You can look for videos which is related to hiring and related to getting prepared for hiring in this channel. I would also try that I could bring in people who are students like you and who have been students like you and have been successful in their journey so far. Maybe we can learn from them, and maybe it can inspire us to as well keep going forward. That's what Zeroed is all about. So let us together zero in.